Silence is golden. It's also silver and orange and red and blue and black and gray and pink and whatever color you want it to be, really. That's the power of silence. No one but you know what you are thinking. No one but you knows what you know. No one but you knows what your next move is. And what's your next move? Oh, you don't have one. That's okay. You're here now, and before this session is over, you will have a good idea of what it is that you need to do next. You are in the best place you can be right now. This is where the post-loneliness silence begins. And when silence begins, understanding elevates. When understanding elevates, thoughts and actions become accountable. Once you taste silence, you cannot live without it. So what is silence? Silence is having no requirement for stories or entertainment of speech or thought, your own or anyone else's. People who need noise and drama, who need to exchange never-ending stories of their pain and their past and their views on others' relationships and on others' finances, these people cannot be alone because they get bored fast. And so they have specialized themselves in creating internal drama when the availability of external drama is scarce. So you need to identify now how you want to resonate and reflect on your story. Through drama or through silence. And if you don't want drama, if you don't want chaos, and you don't want to focus on anything minuscule, and you don't want anything or anyone's life getting in your way, then be selective. Not just with the people you choose to associate with, but with the books you read, the posts you view online, the chat groups you converse in. None of these activities should influence you to break silence. Silence is what you need right now, which means if you need to get rid of the extras, then do it. You need to be looking for the phenomena of life that lives within you. And it is the most entertaining thing in life. That's what you need to bring out. When you play around with these thoughts that you are more than what you are, then self-reflection, self-realization, self-assurance, self-confidence, inner strengths all start getting activated. See, the thing with us humans is that even though we would like to stay focused and committed to our goals, we also tend to shift into moments of melancholy or desolation. What happens is then we tend to sit with those feelings for a bit longer and a bit longer and a bit longer until we lose the purpose of why we are here. We lose the focus, we lose the goals, we lose the commitments. And only after these three are lost, then we turn around and ask ourselves, when did all this happen? Where did all this happen? How did this happen? And the answers always almost lies in the requirement of being entertained, drama. And this started when you allow your ears and your thoughts to be influenced by all sorts of people, by all sorts of music, by all sorts of videos and books. And so you must completely reverse this entire process and go back to silence. When you learn silence, you don't need drama. You start moving within. The silence lets you go inside and talk to yourself. Or are you just moving in repetition in the things that you do, the people that you listen to, the social medias that you browse through? When do you experience life? You're constantly entertaining the drama of life, be it weather or be it politics or be it sports championships or movements or agendas. Take 3 days away. Just 3 days in the beginning and disconnect from all the noise and push yourself to be happy. That's all I ask you for only the first 3 days in silence. Lead yourself to happy thoughts, happy moments, foods that make you happy. Just for the first 3 days. Be alone, be silent, and be happy. See, silence and being alone, these are separate. However, these don't stop you from being happy. Think about it. When you are joyful, when you live your life in joy, even though in silence, but alongside joy, then your time, your day, your life makes more sense. On the other hand, if you let loneliness make you miserable, then your life will be boring and slow. You can agree with this that happier days go by much faster than days of sadness. However, some of the happiest people live in silence and alone. And again, I'll say this, alone does not mean being lonely. I have covered a whole session on this, and the link is on the screen above right now. Silence immediately puts you on a higher playing field because while everyone is focusing on the outside world, and there are so many things on the outside world that they will never be able to influence or control. But you, however, are going inside your mind, your body. You have 100% control over this. Give it 3 months and you will see who is winning. The one who is focused outwardly or you who is focused inwardly. Silence is a gateway to the inside. Okay? Consider this fact if you are still not convinced to explore silence and feel that disconnection or disassociation from conversations will jeopardize who you are. Then think again. People don't think about other people. They just don't. Even if they think about other people or another person, it's usually how they attach into the story of that person's life. So you see, you are never really thinking about anyone else but yourself or how you are attached to them. How are you being fair to yourself by constantly caring to set an impression? Where's the value in that? So take all this information and set your goals and discipline yourself and work so vigorously in silence. Become the one that people talk about. People who don't know you or people who know you or people who knew you. Become that conversation in their head. That's where the value is. And silence will show you the way. You were born with a talent. Maybe you've played with that talent, but you haven't fully discovered it yet. Now's the time. Is it your voice? Is it your thoughts? Is it your words? Is it your skills or knowledge? Is it your passion? I know you must have something. Something of value must be there. What is it? Do you give a killer shave? Or can you drift your car like no other? Maybe you know all about your hydroponics real well. Where is your skill? Sit with yourself. Be happy with yourself and discover yourself and then resonate yourself. Take your skills and go to the market. There are so many markets. There's social media and there's YouTube and there's Amazon. There's groups and clubs and associations for almost anything you can imagine. So what is it that you can inspire the world with? This is why you must sit with silence. This is why you must make silence a part of your life. That's why you must become comfortable with silence. Become one with silence. This is why you must love silence. Because this is exactly where you will keep coming back for ideas, for inspiration, for strength. And if required, when you are tired, you will return to silence and surrender to higher powers. This is where supernatural things happen. This is where supernatural entities meet. It's true. Silence is very, very powerful. The belief in unfolding and blossoming of the mind through silence is not a belief that just belongs to the hurt or the broken or the awakened or the spiritual. No. Silence belongs to everyone who longs for it. Science knows the power of silence. Yogis know the power of silence. Pundits and pastors and rabbis, imams, priests all collectively agree on the sacredness of silence. Being silent isn't easy. It's not just the physical action being restrained from responding sound, but rather being mentally silent, being emotionally silent, distancing yourself completely from noise and negativity and nonsense. Okay? Instilling silence isn't easy, especially if you are a person with a bubbly social life. But you're here, which means you've thought about it. You have your reasons you want to keep your mouth shut, which also probably means that you are emotionally alone or going through a situation of loneliness. Great! You have checkmarked all the prerequisites of entering into silent mode. It's not required, but it's a good starting point. So now that you have understood all this, What is it that you want from here? How long should you remain silent? And what should happen next? So here's what you got to do next. Complete level up. Not just some modifications or a fixer-upper situation. No, we're not repairing anything here. Next is complete level up. Mind, body, soul, thoughts, speech, bank accounts, personalities, relationships, dressing up, confidence, knowledge, everything. Everything must move forward in unison for you to result the greatest achievements of your life through conversations in silence. From this day forward, the amount of conversations you will have with yourself will be insane. But to get insane results, you must go through insane situations and take in insane experiences in life. I'll tell you, it's not going to be easy at all, but it's going to be so worth it when you're walking out on the other side. Stick to your commitments. Be true to yourself. Speak only when required. Remain positive, be safe, and keep taking steps in the right direction.